Hey guys, so we're back. We're going to be talking about the Nintendo Switch today, specifically about the online service, the new paid subscription online service that Nintendo is going to roll out. So if you want to play games online, you will have to pay a subscription fee, and it's nothing new. We're all used to paying money every month, every year for a paid online subscription service for multiplayer. It's not fun. I don't personally agree with it, but I understand why Nintendo's doing it, and I'm going to kind of go into why I think Nintendo's doing this and what they're actually doing, why we should pay online, why we should buy into this service. So, when the Nintendo Switch rolls out on March 3rd, it will have free online multiplayer, and that online multiplayer will stay free until fall of 2017. After fall, paid subscription service will roll out. We'll have to pay an undetermined amount of money every month, or sign up for an annual service. So I can't speculate how much that's going to be. I would imagine maybe $10 to $15 a month. I'm not sure, but the perks that we'll get from that. So as per the official Nintendo Switch website, online play on Nintendo Switch. You'll be able to play compatible co-op and competitive games online by signing in with your Nintendo account. Oh, I forgot to mention, this is exclusive to the Nintendo account holders. You have to sign in with your Nintendo account in order to get the paid online service. So online play will be free for Nintendo account holders until our paid online service rolls out in fall 2017. After the free trial period, most games will require a paid online service subscription from Nintendo in order to play online. Note, most games, not all games, most games. That's pretty interesting. So we'll still have free multiplayer online with some games. Now, probably lower end indies, I don't know. Probably nothing like Splatoon or anything like that. Also, the service is only for Nintendo Switch. It's not for 3DS or Wii U. Wii U is pretty much dead to Nintendo after this, so yeah, I'm not surprised. Now, one of the most polarizing things besides the actual inclusion of the online paid subscription service is this weird voice chat app. So Nintendo is rolling out this dedicated voice chat and lobby app for smartphones. I understand why they're doing this. I've thought about this. I've looked at the Nintendo Switch and realized it's a bit weird for any type of microphone play, any type of online interactions with people. So as per the Nintendo Switch website, quote, online lobby and voice chat. Our new dedicated smart app will connect to Nintendo Switch and let you invite friends to play online, set play appointments, and chat with friends during online matches in compatible games, all from your smart device. A free, limited version of this app will be available summer 2017. So you have to pay, that's how I understand it, one of the major perks of the paid subscription service is access to a dedicated online and voice chat app. Now, I don't think that this voice chat app will be required for voice chatting. I think it will be optional. And I think this because the Nintendo Switch tablet, the Nintendo Switch console, has its own audio port. It has its own 3.5mm audio jack. This audio jack is not obscured when the device is plugged in, when it's docked. So it's very, very likely that you could dock the Nintendo Switch, plug in your headset into the top of the Nintendo Switch while it's docked, and still communicate with your friends with a wired headset with a microphone. The Nintendo Switch tablet does not have a microphone built in on it. I think that's one of the major reasons. They want you to have a headset, or they want you to use this app. Now I realize that plugging in a headset, a wired headset to the top of the Nintendo Switch while it's docked is not ideal. That is not an ideal situation. It's clumsy, and I think that it will be awkward. So that's why Nintendo rolled out this app. They want to make it easy. Essentially what I think this app will be is a dedicated voice over IP app, kind of like Skype or Ventrilo or anything like that. It'll be hands-free. You set your phone down, and it's like speakerphone chatting, voice over IP speakerphone over your phone. I don't think it'll be required. Another thing to note is the actual Pro controller does not have a headphone jack, but it does have a USB Type-C port for charging. Now, it depends on the capabilities of the actual Pro Controller, but there are adapters do exist. USB Type-C to 3.5mm audio jack adapters do exist. So you can plug in one of those adapters, potentially. I don't know if this is 100% true. You can plug in one of those adapters, and you know, it's awkward. It's a dongle. It's going to be awkward as hell, but you could potentially do it. And I'm not 100% sure if it'll even work. So don't be too afraid, like, oh, we got to use this voice chat to actually chat. That's kind of crazy. I think that voice chat will be enabled on the Nintendo Switch by default. I think this app will just make everything easier. Okay, here's another big perk of the dedicated online paid service. You get a monthly game download, a NES or SNES game, but it's not like PlayStation Plus or Microsoft or the Xbox Live Gold. It's not like that. You don't get free games with Gold. PlayStation Plus game, you don't get to keep it. These games will essentially expire after a month. You'll get to rent the game for a month. And I do think that whatever game flavor that is that month will be heavily discounted for My Nintendo owners or My Nintendo subscribers. The paid subscription subscribers most likely will get a steep discount on that game. But that's interesting to know, because I saw a lot of reports. Oh, you get a free game every month. It's awesome, but you don't get to keep it. It's like a flavor of the month type of deal. I do think that these free games will be themed. I do think that Nintendo will expand its virtual console lineup, because if it goes on the games that it has right now in the VC, the SNES and NES VC games, people aren't going to be happy. They're going to pick really just bad games like City Connection or some no, we don't want that. We want some quality games, and I think they know that, and I think they're going to make it worth their while. Might be a little bit weird at first, because this is Nintendo. This is the first chapter in their whole new playbook. The Nintendo Switch console and the hardware I think is amazing. That is an amazing system, but they're still not there yet with the actual framework. Okay, exclusive deals. Subscribers will get special offers. May include discounts on select digital games and content. So basically, it's like Xbox Live Gold or PlayStation Plus, where you get discounts, you get free games that expire, but you get them. You get to play them. So what do we got? Service subscribers, online gameplay, check. Online lobby and voice chat app, check. Monthly game download, check. Exclusive deals, check. Share screenshots to social media, check. Access to Nintendo Switch parental controls app, check there. Register and manage friends, awesome. And access to the Nintendo eShop, that's kind of weird to even put on there. So a lot of these things make sense for Nintendo. This is a big chapter for Nintendo. This is a big movement from Nintendo. It does piss a lot of people off, because that was one of the major things that they loved about Nintendo, was being able to play their games online for free, not having to deal with this nonsense. But here's the thing, Nintendo Switch is made for everyone. It is a much more accessible console than any other console Nintendo has ever made. It's more accessible than the 3DS even. Now, Nintendo has this idea for Nintendo Switch. It's a mainstream system. It's not made just for Nintendo fans. It's made for adults. It's made for kids. It's made for every living human being that loves video games on planet Earth. It's made for people, the people that just play little smartphone games here and there. It's made for them. So they have to go about this in a new way. They have to go about it in a mass market way. And they also have to go about it in a way which they will facilitate lots of money. The Wii U was a horrible disaster for Nintendo. They need to recoup that cash, and they need to reinvest that cash into more exciting R&D projects, like the virtual reality headset. The Nintendo Switch might have a virtual reality headset soon, but they need the money now to power that kind of stuff. Now, Nintendo does have money. I'm not saying they don't have money, but they need more. They need This is a surefire bet. The industry has told them that this is a surefire bet. Online subscriptions. They have seen Microsoft and Sony have. Look at Sony, for God's sakes. Look at all of the paid subscriptions Sony has rolled out. They have just gone all in on paid subscriptions. So it depends on how much money this online subscription costs. I think it will be $10 to $15 a month. I don't think Nintendo can go past that. If they do go past it, they have to ensure quality games. They have to ensure certain things for the subscribers, for the people that are willing to pay for this service. Now, since it's Nintendo, I do not think that they will pressure you to buy into this service. The Switch is a system you can take on the go. Now, the Switch, Nintendo has said, the Switch is primarily a home-based console, but it meets all these different form factors. If you want, you can take the Switch on the go and only play it on the go. If that's what you want to do, you can do that. So I don't think Nintendo will be as heavy-handed as Microsoft and Sony are with their online service. I think it'll be a new frontier. But as a result, that might make Nintendo up the price to people that are willing to pay for it. So, Switch is widestream, mainstream, widespread adoption. They're going to hit their 2 million pre-orders, 2 million shipments in the first month. I know it. It's going to happen because this thing is changing everything. Changes the landscape of gaming as a whole. But the subscription service is pretty much something that Nintendo doesn't have to take a real risk on. Now, they alienate their core gamers. They do alienate the key Nintendo fans. But they haven't revealed all the information yet. And I think they're going to beta test this thing. They're going to beta test the online service a couple months, half a year maybe. And after that, they're going to take feedback and they're going to mold that feedback into something that resembles service that people want to have. But more importantly, I don't think that the online service is going to be necessary at all. It's not going to be necessary. It's going to be something that's there if people want it. You know, you want to play Splatoon online, you want to play DBZ online, you want to play something like Street Fighter online. Good, get the service. But if you don't, it's okay. You can continue playing all the awesome Joypad games or Joy-Con games. You're playing Zelda Breath of the Wild. No real need to buy into this. Now here's another thing. Another big reason why I think Nintendo is making a paid subscription. They're borrowing server power from Nvidia. Now, this isn't confirmed, but think about what's inside of the Nintendo Switch. A custom Tegra chip from Nvidia. It's a custom SoC from Nvidia. It's not going to be the same chip that's inside of their new Shield TV console by any means. It'll be highly scaled, highly customized. But it is an Nvidia chip. It is an Nvidia Tegra chip. Now, I postulated a bit ago, what if Nintendo rolled out its own games rental service, like a PlayStation Now of sorts, something like that? What if they did that? Let people try games before they buy them. And what if they used Nvidia's GeForce Now servers to do that? I think Nintendo is borrowing server power from Nvidia to power this new online service. Now, I don't feel that Nintendo's servers are ready right now. Like the Wii U servers, their current Nintendo Online servers, I do not think they're ready at all for the kind of insane mainstream adoption. We're going to have tens of millions of people online playing all the time. Just an insane amount of people always playing all the time. That requires a lot of server power, a lot of bandwidth, a lot of latency power, all that. So the Switch hardware itself is fine. It has 2.4 gigahertz Wi-Fi adapters and also a 5 gigahertz Wi-Fi radio inside of it. That's amazing. And then you'll be able to hook up through an adapter, of course. You'll be able to hook up wired gigabit Ethernets to it to make a faster connection, improve the bandwidth latency. So I feel that Nintendo knows we need more servers, we need more power. We're going to borrow that from someone, and that borrowing, that's going to take money, that costs money. So in order to facilitate the online service they want, they have to rent it from someone. I think they're going to rent it from NVIDIA, the GeForce Now servers, something like that. Maybe not GeForce Now, but they're going to use something, and I feel it's from NVIDIA just because they use the Tegra hardware. The Tegra hardware is tailor-made to be complemented by the GeForce Now network. That's what the Tegra inside of the Shield TV, it streams games from the GeForce Now network onto that micro console. So that's basically what they do. And that brings up another interesting point. What if Nintendo leveraged NVIDIA's GeForce Now servers to facilitate some sort of cloud, maybe GPU amplification through the cloud, like cloud compute powered graphics acceleration of some point, some sort of boosting of the performance via the cloud, and that might be one of the major perks that we pay for. That might be something that's in the works. We don't know. So when you think about all these different things, think about the widespread adoption of the Switch, how it's made for everyone. Nintendo has to be ready for the online servers. They have to be ready for all of those games, the online games, to be able to be played online at any given time, all the time. In order to do that, they're going to have to upgrade their servers, and I think instead of just upgrading their servers, they're just going to lease them out from NVIDIA because of the Tegra hardware. So what I think you're going to have the GeForce Now servers beaming not only the server latency and the power, the bandwidth through Nintendo's network over to the Switches. You might have cloud compute graphic acceleration of some sort, which that in itself is really, really exciting. Like how Microsoft promises it's what is it, Xbox Live Compute or something like that. Ooh, cloud will boost your gameplay power. It'll be awesome. Like Crackdown 3 was supposed to get all this GPU acceleration via Xbox Live Compute and all that. It might be something that we see. That's wild speculation on my part. Not wild speculation, but that is speculation. So the online service is necessary, 100% necessary. Even if we don't like it, we don't want it, we want all of our stuff for free, it's necessary. Nintendo has to handle this just right. They can't give us bad games every month. They have to give us quality games. They have to make it worth our while. But I think the core of the thing is it won't be 100% necessary. You won't be pushed to get it. And multimedia is something else that I thought about in the Nintendo Switch. Will the Nintendo Switch have Netflix, Hulu, all those apps? And I think it will. I think it will have applications. The application for certain things, like the parental control application, will probably be installed on the Switch itself. I don't know. I mean, it could have downloadable apps of its own kind, but that suggests Android. It might be an Android Power microconsole. The OS. The OS is called the Switch OS, and we don't know really anything about it. So it's necessary. The online service is not something that a lot of people like or agree with, but it is a necessary part of doing business in this modern day environment. Nintendo knows that, and they need the cash. They need the money. But the sad thing is, the investors do not like the Nintendo Switch. After the Nintendo Switch was unveiled, their shareholder prices dropped by like 5.5%, that's a lot. That's a lot, and it just shows that the shareholders they're not convinced. So we're going to be doing a few videos on Nintendo Switch. This was just on the online services kinds of things that I think we'll see. Oh, and also, there apparently won't be any type of Miiverse with the Nintendo Switch Online service. The Nintendo Switch Online service will connect to social media streams via Twitter, Facebook. Those are unconfirmed, but I think those are going to be the big ones. The Nintendo Switch will be able to take pictures with a dedicated photo button, share button, on the left-hand joypad or Joy-Con, and it's also going to be on the Pro Pad controller. So you're going to take these screenshots, you're going to share them online, and that kind of thing. It's not going to be exclusive to, I don't think it'll be exclusive to paid subscription holders, but they'll need more server space for that. They'll need more servers to facilitate that in itself. But you got all these different things rolling into action. They're revamping their online presence, their capabilities. Now Miiverse apparently isn't going to. I was very surprised. I expected Miiverse 2.0. I expected all, like a different framework, all this stuff tied in. I expected a Facebook style social media stream mixed with Miiverse, but instead of doing that, it looks like they're going to scrap Miiverse altogether and just use existing social media networks, not have to deal with their own walled garden, so to speak. So that in itself is pretty interesting. But all of these things really make us understand why there is a need for the subscription service. And I think that it'll be a good thing in the long run for Nintendo and for gamers, but it won't be a fun thing necessarily unless Nintendo does it right. And I think SNES and NES, I don't think that's enough. I think they need to give us quality VC games. At least if they're rentals, give us access to quality VC games. And fill out the VC library. Don't let that go stagnant. We need that to be an active part of this new system. That needs to be, if we're going to pay money to get, that's not why we're paying it, that's a perk. We're not going to pay the money just to play a free NES or SNES game, but the perks need to be quality regardless. I mean, that's something that needs to be facilitated. But that's it. I mean, that's all that I realize. That's pretty much the reasoning. GeForce Now servers, they need to pay NVIDIA back for these server rentals. We might even see game rentals, who knows? I mean, essentially you're renting the SNES and NES game. You're not paying money directly to rent it, but you are renting it essentially. So we might even see some sort of rental service, who knows? Nintendo they want to update, they want to be modern, but they want to do it in their own way. And I think their own way can be detrimental sometimes, but it can also be magical. So they just have to find their own way, and gamers have to help them. We have to tell them, we don't like this is terrible, don't do this, because they seem to be listening to us. Nintendo Switch culminates everything that Nintendo has ever made, and they did no region lock. They did away with region lock. That alone proves that they are listening to us. They want to make a product that we want to buy, that we want to play. So if you don't like it, tell them. That's the whole point of this early, it's kind of like a beta test essentially. But anyway guys, I hope you liked this video, and keep a lookout. I'm gonna do a video on basically a reaction to the presentation, what I think of the Nintendo Switch, why I think it's revolutionary. And I wanted to do something on the voice chat thing, but I think I covered that here. But yeah, keep an eye out. Let me know what you think. I'd like to hear from you guys. Let Nintendo know what you think too, more importantly. If you don't like it, let them know. They're listening now, which is just amazing. I never thought Nintendo would listen to us. It's always been a one-sided kind of thing. But yeah, keep a lookout for the videos and take it easy.